My name's Lynette Campbell, and I'm going to be demonstrating skill 37.1 on page 753, the applying anti-embolism stockings. Okay, the first thing that you would do is you make sure is check your order for what size the doctor wants applied to the patient. There's knee high, thigh high, and full length. You will be checked off on the thigh high. Okay, so that's one we're going to practice with today. First of all, you're going to make sure, you got to think, because there's two, okay? You got to make sure this was going to be in the straddle area, in the pelvic area. So when you start putting on your stocking, you want to make sure that this ends up in the middle, almost like a pair of panties or underwear. Okay, so when you start to do the next step, you want to make sure that you have this going the right direction. Okay? Okay? It says the first thing you need to do is measure the patient's leg and the circumference for the length of stocking ordered. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure, because it's thigh high, you're going to measure from the thigh all the way down, the whole length of the leg, and you're also going to measure the circumference of the leg. Since this is thigh high, we need to measure up here. If it was knee high, we need to measure down here. Okay, some people have really big calves, and so you may think they may be a little person, but their calf be actually large. So you would measure this to match the sizes that would be on your stocking package. Okay, so that's what you do first. You also want to make sure that the leg is clean and dry. These are already difficult to put on. If the leg is wet in any form or fashion, it's going to make it that much harder. Okay? And I want to point out here also that to be careful with, you would have gloves on, hopefully, and you want to make sure that you did not scratch the patient with any jewelry or anything like that, okay? So you want to really watch that. First thing it tells you to do is place your hand in the stocking and turn it inside out down to the heel. So that's what I'm doing. I've got it the right side, as you can see. I'm going all the way down here to the heel, and I'm going to turn it inside out to right there. All right, it said stretch open the stocking heel and fit it over the patient's foot. Grasp the top of the stocking and fit it over the ankle and calf. All right, I said if the knee stockings are being used, do not pull them over the knee or fold the top of the stockings down. The stockings must be correct length or they can impair circulation or damage the skin's surface. If using the thigh high, which we are, the top of the stocking over the knee and thigh, smooth the entire surface to eliminate any wrinkles. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stretch this out the best I can. Keep in mind that I want that in the middle. So you may have to look at it again to make sure you get it in the middle. Trying to get to the end here. I want it to go on as smoothly as possible. So let me straighten it back out. There's nothing wrong with the do-over, people. Nothing wrong with the do-over. Put this over the toes. And the idea is to put it up just like this. And I believe the mannequin is a lot harder than a human. You wouldn't think it would be, but it is. The human is just slicker, I guess is a better way to put it. The mannequin does not want to slide. But for the sake of the video, we're going to work it out. And that's about how you have to do it. Ladies, if you've ever put on a pair of pantyhose, this is pantyhose times 10. The hardest part is getting it over the ankles. And of course, on the mannequin, I have a screw to go over. I'm trying not to hit the screw. You want no wrinkles. I think technically that should be on the heel, but it'll work. There's another screw. And like I said, you want the straddle right there. And you see that it ended up where it was supposed to be. There you go. Now, like I said, if the patient was really worried about this, then we could flip it, but that's fine. That's because it's inside out, and that's fine. That could be put on the back, but you see the battle. So this is something you need to practice on as well. Figure out how you need to roll it up and put it on your hand, and to make sure that it comes out, especially on the thigh high, that this comes up to the inner thigh is where you need it. And that concludes this video.